guys, it's Kelly. I am back with another layout. This layout I am using the May main kit from my Creative Scrapbook Kit Club, and I am one of their guest designers this month. And the kit is full of Maggie Holmes' Bloom collection, which you have been on my channel for any length of time. You know that I love her lines that she puts out. So this black floral is one of my favorites of this new collection, along with the butterflies. And I decided to use the wood grain back of that butterfly sheet just to help bring out some of the wood grain that's in the paper. And I'm going through my vellum and cardstock scraps right there just to get a piece of vellum. I wanted to layer that behind the photo. I wasn't quite sure where I wanted this layout to go. I just knew that I wanted to showcase the wood grain paper and use paper layers. So to start off with, I'm just going to work on my paper layers and then see where it takes me from there. So the sheet of paper that I'm holding right now on the other side has the like a ruffled border edge, and I have cut that out to use as a border, and I'm going to do it again with this layout as well. But I did want to get some of that pale aqua color behind the photo as well, just to bring out that color that's in my son's shirt. So I decided that I wanted to layer up the fringe like I did with the last layout. I will be doing this again and again, I'm sure. I just adore this trend right now, and I'm so glad that, Maggie, had a couple of papers that have this. I'm having a blast doing it, and I love the dimension that it gives. And if you're leery about trying it because you don't want it to get smushed in the page protector when you put it in your album, I will say this, that if you put another embellishment or something on a pop dot so that, there's a little bit more dimension somewhere else on the page, it won't smush it down. And I have already done that and found that it didn't, smush it down, and I'm just happy that I can put it in my album and still appreciate the fringe effect. So I decided that I wanted some of that real pale pink to peek out as well for a border, and that just brings out that pink in the floral paper and just adds, again, another layer, another pattern, and a more visual interest to that photo. I took this photo on vacation. It was off of a pier in a little marina, and this is going to be a companion page to the page that I did last week. And the sun on the grasses that were growing in the water was just so pretty, and love the way that the photos came out. It was funny. You can tell who the scrapbooker is when you're going on vacation, because a woman saw me doing this and was waiting for me to move the kids because she was going to do the same thing, and I overheard her saying, "Honey, this is going to make the best scrapbook page." And I got too caught up in the moment to talk to her afterwards, but it was just funny because I'm sitting down on the pier trying to get this photo, and it's just beautiful area. So at this point, what I have done is I have cut apart the cut apart sheet, and I put everything into a little bin, and I had cut some flowers ahead of time and again put those in the bin, and I had pre-made that heart embellishment that you see up top. I will actually show that in my third video. I'm doing the videos out of order because the first video I used a sketch, and next week is the sketch challenge for my Creative Scrapbook. So you will actually see my first layout next week. So at this point, I'm just going through the little bits and pieces. I had made some of my gold paper, And I did show that last week where I used two different types of embossing powder, and it added that glitter effect on a sheet of paper. I need to get some more gold glitter paper, and I just knew that I wanted to use it, so you know, when you don't have it, you improvise, and that was exactly what I did. So I used that to cut out a few leaves from some dies that I had, and I believe that those were Maggie Holmes dies, but I end up not using those on this page. But I just liked having them because I felt like if I wanted to pull it out, I had it ready to go. So at this point, I'm starting to get a feel for the way the layout's going to come together, and I like that the pre-made title works well with the colors. Sometimes titles are very difficult for me, and if I can use a pre-made title that works well with the photo and the colors, I will use that in a heartbeat. But I do enjoy when I finally can get a good title made. But for pictures like this, it's just a moment in time. There's not a real story that needs to go with this. It was, just the kids are looking nice. We're at a beautiful place. Let's just get a few pictures. And, those are the kind of photos to me that I don't feel bad if I'm not telling a story or if I'm not journaling something about. So at this point, I'm liking the way the layers are coming out. I'm just trimming up the fringe a little bit. It was a little uneven, and I just tried to even it out a bit, and then just decided not to really worry about it too much more, because once I ruffle up the edges, you really can't tell if it's not quite straight. And that ruffling, I swear, it's just like the best feeling when you see it and the dimension that it adds, and see the shadows behind it. It's just, it's the small things that really just, for me, make pages come together. And that's what I enjoy with scrapbooking, is seeing something take life and make it actually better than I thought it would be. So my little compulsiveness had to come out, and I'm using my T-square ruler just to make sure that with that cut apart piece, and I'm just lining them up to where they're equal. I try not to do that, but sometimes it's just easier just to go with it and not fight it. I did decide to rough up the edges of the wood grain paper, and I'm using my Heidi Swap Distress tool, and I just liked the texture that it's giving these layers of paper. And this tool doesn't like grab and rip like I see some distress tools do, and I think for me that's probably a better thing, because I tend not to distress so much to where it rips like that, and so this just makes it very easy. So that gold circle I also had cut apart. I think that was used with one of my punches. Again, it was me just trying to make some of this gold paper and, have it for some embellishments and to ground my clusters and just to bring a little bit of pizzazz. I love gold and I love silver, and so if I can get those to work on a page, I'm definitely going to use one of the two. I just liked that it gave the butterfly, a place to, I guess to ground that little bit of a cluster. It's not a big cluster. I just wanted something little. Of course, I'm going to pop dot the wings of the butterfly, and I am taking my black pen, and I cannot pronounce the name of that company. Something like Sukaneko. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll never be an ambassador for that company, because they would never, they would laugh at me for, mispronouncing their name. So I did take some of the black puffy stickers and add them to a few of the clusters as well. Underneath the smile, it says my favorite and happy, because they definitely are my favorite and they do make me so happy. And to the right of the photo, it says XOXO. And I usually like to do things like that in groups of 3 because I like having the, the visual triangle. But I just didn't feel like it needed anything else in the 3rd cluster up top with Hello Love. And rather than me force something to make it work, I would rather just go with what I think is working. And that means that you don't have to follow all of the design principles that are there. I think that they're more for a guideline. I know some people get caught up in trying to make something work, whereas for me, I want to make it visually pleasing. So you can see that I didn't think that that happy worked, so I just put it down below. So this is pretty much it for my layout. I do take some gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine and I sprinkle it across a few of the clusters, and you can really see how pretty that gold color shine is in the close-ups at the end. And I just wanted to thank everyone for hanging out with me today, and to my new subscribers, I'd just like to say welcome and thanks so much for joining me. And I have the details listed below for my creative scrapbook if you are interested in checking them out. So thanks so much, guys, for joining me today, and I will see you soon. Bye.